Hi, this is Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about a really easy way you could strum through Who You Love by John Mayer. And we end up cabling this on 2nd fret to match the recording. We're going to start out on the D major chord. When we play D major, first finger goes to the G on the 2nd fret, second finger on the high 2nd fret, and third finger on the B string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Now on the D chord in general, actually sometimes it can be very cool to lift off the 2nd finger and use D sus2. Or you could take the pinky and add him in on the 3rd fret on the high E and make that a D sus. And you might kind of play around with those chords too. And then from the D we're going to be going to a G major chord. Let me play G major. First finger goes to the A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the low E string 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, it sounds a G major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Now you may also want to think about taking the 3rd finger and going to the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And that's another way you could play your G major through the song. And then from the G we're going to be going to a C major chord. When we play C major, first finger goes to the B on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the A string on the 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also want to think about using something called C major 9, where you do your first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the A string 3rd, third finger on the B string 3rd, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a C major 9. So you want to think about that for your C chords too. And a lot of our song actually is just kind of working that D, G, C. But a lot of times with a song like this, to make it more interesting, I like adding something called a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the D and just tried that a lot. Down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. Now the weird part about our verse chorus though is on that part the D and the G kind of half. So you could do kind of D with a down, down, up, G with a down, down, up, and then save the whole strum pattern for the last C chord. D with a down, down, up, G, down, down, C, down, down, up, down, D, down, down, G, down, down, C, down, down, up, down, up. And we'll basically be repeating that until we get to our chorus part. On our chorus, we start off with that progression 3 times, but then we kind of end up going to a B minor chord. When we play B minor, you could do this as a 2nd fret bar, second finger on the B string 3rd, third finger on the D string 4th fret, pinky on the G string 4th fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord and it sounds really sad. Or you could use a really cool drone voicing for that chord, where you do the first finger on the A string 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds a B minor 7 in a cool, strange, awesome drone voicing. And then from the B minor, we're going to be going to an E minor chord when we play E minor. First finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor chord and it sounds really sad. It sounds an E minor chord and it sounds really sad. And then from the E minor, we're going to be going to an A minor chord when we play A minor. First, or you might want to add the 3rd finger in on the B string 3rd fret, pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an E minor 7 chord and it sounds really sad. And then from the E minor, we're going to be going to an A minor chord when we play A minor. First finger goes to the B string on the 1st fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret, third finger on the G string 2nd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord and it sounds really, really sad. Now you may also want to think about something called A7 sus, where you do the first finger on the D string 2nd fret, second finger on the G string 2nd fret, third finger on the B string 3rd fret, and the pinky on the high E string 3rd fret. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, that sounds an A7 sus. So think about using that for the A chord too. And then right after that A minor, we go back to kind of our D and our G and our C progression again. So we tried our chorus with our strum pattern. We'd have E, down, up, G, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, down, up, B, down, up, G, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, down, B, down, down, G, down, down, C, down, down, up, down, up, B minor, down, up, E minor, A minor, down, up, down, up, B, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, down, up. Now the weird thing is to play along with John Mayer, instead of starting on a D chord, starting on an E major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and if you put the capo on 2nd fret, then now your D major is really an E major chord, your G major is really an A major, and your C major is really an E major we get to it, the B minor is really a C sharp minor, the E minor is really an F sharp minor, and your A minor is really a B minor chord. But to take it from the very beginning, we kind of have our intro verse where we got the D, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, down, up, D, down, up, G, down, up, C, down, up, down, up. Now something else I think about adding to the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down, or the down, down, up, you can throw in a bass note for the chord. So on the D you'd have the D for the bass, on the G you'd have low E for the bass, on the C you'd have the A for the bass, on the B minor you'd have the A for the bass, on the E minor you'd have low E for the bass, and on your A minor you'd have the A for the bass. So we try our verse chorus with a bass down, up, down, up. We have D with the D bass, G with the low E bass, C with the A bass, our chorus part. So we try our chorus with basses. We got D, G, C, D, G, C, D, G, C, E minor, A minor, D, G, C. Now from there we'll be going back into our verse form. Now one other thing I think about is a 16th note strum pattern to kind of play along with the song. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're kind of dividing that into two parts with our down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that beat into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is long down, 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 up, down, down, down. And what I mean by that is if you take the D and do a down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're doing the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing a down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you're doing an up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. And you can even add basses to that. Kind of make that a little more interesting. Oh, now the weird part about applying that strum pattern to the verse though is the D and the G kind of half. So you can do kind of a bass, down, down, up, bass, down, down, up, and then kind of save the whole strum pattern for the C chord. D with the D bass, G with the low E bass, C with the A bass, D with the D bass, G with the low E bass, C with the A bass, D with the D bass, G with the low E bass, C with the A bass. And then if we try that idea through our next chorus, down D, G, C, part. And our bridge kind of takes that B minor, E minor, A minor idea and just kind of keeps that going 4 times. So we could do that with the bass down, up, and have B minor, E minor, A minor, E minor, E minor, A minor. Or we could try that with our 16th pattern and have B minor, E minor, A minor, E minor. We'll be going into our last chorus. So D, C. Now, if you know other licks or other strum patterns that would work too, you know, feel free to kind of throw them in and kind of make the tune your own that's the basics of how you can strum through Who You Love by John Mayer. So good luck!